going to be the Classic Football Academy playing up against the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. As you can see, the players warming up just before the game, and well, they have been out here quite early. They reported very early out here at the ground at the Scamper Park of FC Madras. As you can see, they are up and ready for this all important clash for themselves. The winner of this one will play in the final on Wednesday at 4 p.m. And this one also promised to be an absolute cracker. Two very solid sides, especially defensively, and two sides who are searching for a big win for themselves. The Classic Football Academy coming into this one by winning that quarterfinal by 2-1. They were trailing in the first half, in the second minute, in fact, and what a comeback it was in the second half. A classical header at the back post, an excellent cross, and then a goal directly from a corner kick, late, deep into stoppage time. On the other hand, the Reliance Foundation Young Champs, they were also trailing and showed a lot of character before getting that equalizer in that 87th minute and then going on to win on penalties in that quarterfinal number 3, which was played on Saturday morning. So, not a lot of time to recover as well for the players, but still, they are out here and I hope they have had good rest and they can entertain us once again with some good football. Yep, as you can see on your screen, Classic Football Academy up against the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. Two very good sides up against each other, and in next couple of hours time we will come to know who will be playing out in that final. Well, we had a lot of teams at the start of this tournament. Now we are down to just 4, and in a couple of hours time we will have only 3, and later on in the evening also we will have only 2. Well, the kickoff is not far away now in this semi-final number 1. These two sides, well, they have had a lot of history with themselves as well, and both of them are very difficult to beat as well. We have seen that in the quarterfinal. And once again, you would expect a good defensive display as well for both the sides as they try to search for goals. But we don't expect too many goals though, because the game is, I'm pretty sure, going to be very packed in midfield, and there will maybe not be a lot of runners as well, or maybe not even too many passes which will be kept together. Nonetheless, both the sides will be wanting to try and cancel each other out. outwalk the players now, and both the teams geared up, as you can see. Well, we have the lineups of both the sides, and we will be showing them to you very soon. Well, what a beautiful ground this is. The Scamper Park out here at FC Madras Sports Campus. Well, Scamper Park is notable for being one of the first advanced hybrid football pitches in the region and is used for elite youth competitions and national level tournaments, as you can see right there on your screen. Well, once again, we are out here with the match referees as for the coin toss for the side and start. And our match referee today is once again Mr. Suajit Pramanik, who is currently the one speaking to both the captains, and he's got a couple of assistants. That's Alfred De Cruz and Jafar Kaungal, who will be our linesman, and the fourth official, Suwan Gardas, who has a rest and I think would be starting off in the evening. And our match commissioner is Mr. Pradeep Kumar Thalori, and the referee assessor is Sasi Kumar Allala Thodi. All right, then, both teams in the huddle. As final few words being shared, as you can see the lineup there for the Classic Football Academy. The head coach, once again, well, his name in itself is genius, and once again, we might be in to see some special footballing display by the players. As you can see, that name there, Kangjam Singh, he scored a brace in that quarterfinal and up against the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. And once again, an excellent, as you can see, Ningombam Singh, the centre back, the towering centre back who got that equalizer in that quarterfinal, and then they went on to win on penalties thanks to Mohit Sarkar, the goalkeeper. All right, then the kickoff is just moments away now, and this one promised to be an absolute cracker. As we have, the referee is waiting for the time to hit 7:30. That is when we will start. Well, it's good to see the players are pretty much ready in positions as well. As you can see, the man ready to kick off here, Abdur Rahman, waiting for the referee's whistle. And there it is. And we kick off, we get underway for the semi final number one of the AIFF sub junior category. And straight away, the Reliance Foundation Young Champs wanting to attack and dispossess a nice little tackle. And straight away, wanting to move forwards down this left hand side. A cross in by Lucky, and it's gone on to find the striker at the back post, and he's not been able to get it in his stride. Mohit Sarkar collects that one. Well, a bride will start this in the first 30 seconds. Both the sides wanting to attack and try and get the opening goal. So good positive play, good positive intent shown by both. And the goalkeeper will gather that one once again. Well, as you can hear the head coach talking about transitions, and it's very important to try and get those passes together in those transitions. Once again, dispossessed, played forwards, and this time out of play it goes. And now a throw in for the Classic Football Academy inside the opposition half, deep inside the opposition half. Well, someone or the other has to put out a special performance today. Both the sides are very well prepared, it seems, for this one, and both will be very desperate to play that game on Wednesday. The big final, of course, as now once again we see Reliance Foundation young champs on the ball. As you can see, their number 87, the man who scored the equalizer, Ningombam Singh, in that quarterfinal. He scored it pretty late as well on the 87th minute. The game that they were chasing for quite a while, and in the end, truly deserved it. Well, one of the features that we saw in the quarterfinal was those long range efforts. We saw quite a few, and we saw quite a few nestling into the top corner. And I think a lot of it comes down to the height of the goalkeepers as well. Of course, this is the sub junior category, and we have quite a few growing boys out there. So maybe that is something to think about for the players. This time, a decent cross and a header, almost directing that one goalwards. Well, the danger is still not cleared. This time, maintaining position and a shot in. It's been blocked. Once again, they come down this left hand side. This time intercepted. Nice little turn, but once again dispossessed. And here is Abdur Rahman. It's back at him. Once again, out comes Ningombam Singh from centre half. Move towards the right. This time a decent ball in once again, and the goalkeeper has punched that one out. And out come the Classic Football Academy, trying to counter down this right hand side. And that's an excellent tackle, and have a look at that. How good was that? Arthur there, absolutely brilliant. He was down on the ground, and still he managed to clear that one away from that outside line to not give away a throw in. That is the commitment that they show out there, these boys. Well, it's slightly warmer out there today. Of course, we saw some rain as well in that quarterfinal number 3 when the Reliance Foundation young champs were playing. And this day, well, it proves to be a slightly difficult one for the players as the weather conditions are getting slightly more warm. Well, this time a long way out. Not sure what exactly he was trying, but it's gone into the hands of the goalkeeper. Well, the Classic Football Academy once again starting with Sungarin. This time the pass has been blocked. Once again moving forwards. It's been collected nicely. Once again, just clattered out by the defender. And once again, moving forwards, this time down this right hand side. And here come the Classic Football Academy. Once again, dispossessed in midfield. This time intercepted, and now they come down this right hand side. This is what we saw in that quarterfinal as well. This time a cross in, it's not the best of the ones. And out of play it goes in the end. Well, that was an opportunity to whip the ball in, but not quite able to keep that one in control there. Now rim the man with that cross. And once again, just moving forwards now. This time down this right hand side, it's a decent tackle. Well, the Reliance Foundation young champs dominating possession in this first half so far. That is what has been happening out here. And it seems like the Classic Football Academy happy to play on the back foot and try and counter in this one. Well, once again, it's a tactical battle as we expected. It's brilliant to see these young boys playing out tactical games rather than just directly going for the kill. This time, Abdur Rahman, well, this is excellent. A few passes together. This time, the defender does really well, and out it comes Naurim once again, set on his bike on this right hand side. But that's an excellent tackle, a steal by the defender. And here comes Abdur Rahman, once again at the heart of midfield. Here is Ningum Singh. Well, this centre back pairing has been really good for the Reliance Foundation young champs throughout this tournament, you would feel. Lal Ruatfela and Ningom Singh, both of them are really good on the ball as well. It's not only the defending that is keeping them one of the best, but also those passes together. Well, this time a long way out, and what an effort! It's gone in. Wonderful strike. Divyansh Singhel, the man. Well, that is exactly what I was talking about. Those shots going flying into the top corner. And that's an excellent strike to break the deadlock out here at Scamper Park. And it's Divyansh Singhel who gets the opening goal in the semi-final number one. And the Reliance Foundation young champs are into the lead straight away. What a brilliant, brilliant strike that was. Have a look at that once again. 30 yards out, not shy of taking that shot. And it's a brilliant one. Goalkeeper, no chance at all. And well, the captain leading from the front. A big smile on his face as well after scoring the opening goal. Right then, Classic Football Academy once again having it to chase it. And the Reliance Foundation young chance, they did not find themselves in this kind of a position in that quarterfinal, but now they do in the lead. And how do they protect it? Only time will tell. And this time it's a cross in, it's a wayward one. Now they come down the right hand side. It's a decent pass. He's past the defender. Can he get a shot in? Yes, he can, but it's gone just wide. And that was an excellent run there by Arthur. He's a very, very strong lad. Well, once again, the Classic Football Academy having it to chase it, and it seems like they enjoy this as well. Once again, just cleared out by the defender. Now they come down this right hand side, and it's gone out of play. Safety first for the defender. Well, the second goal in this game is going to be very crucial. Do they get a cushion, the Reliance Foundation Young Champs, or will the Classic Football Academy take us back to where we started? The defender intercepts, and it's gone out of play in the end. Once again, trying to move forwards. This time, well, maybe just thinking about taking the shot in there for a second, but he wasn't quite in a position to. Nonetheless, danger still not cleared. This time, the lateral pass, and once again comes Ningumbam Singh. He likes to take those runs. Well, this time it's a decent cross, and the defender has headed that one out. He reaches to the ball first. And once again, it goes out of play in the end. Once again, just trying to move forwards. Well, the Reliance Foundation Young Champs look more confident and more comfortable. Once again, long way out. Just wanting to test the goalkeeper. This time it's gone wide. Not quite on target. I'm not sure about the angle there as well. That was in position for Jacob to take that shot. But nonetheless, it's an effort on goal. A shot off target. Once again, moving forwards down this left hand side. This time cleared forwards. And here comes Abdur Rahman, plays it down the left hand side. Nicely kept in by Rochungwala. Rochungunga, I beg your pardon. Once again, Abdur Rahman down this right hand side. This time it's a cross in and heading it goalwards. Well, he had a lot more time than he expected. And it's gone into the hands of the goalkeeper. Well, that was a big chance, you would feel. He was in ample of spaces inside the box. And how often do you get those spaces? Once again, a cross in. Well, he's done well to keep the ball with himself. Not quite able to direct that one goalwards. And in the end, it's a misplaced pass. And now trying to move forwards down this right hand side. This time a cross in, and it's gone out of play in the end. Once again, just thumb forwards, and the defender intercepts once again. What a nice little take that is by the left back. And here comes the goal scorer. The outrageous effort from a long way out. Once again, cleared forwards. And this time it's a decent cross in, and it's been cleared out. Well, the Reliance Foundation young champs looked the likelier of the two. Once again, a long way out, and almost it went in. Well, the goalkeeper had his heart in his mouth for a moment. That was very close. My word, it could have been disastrous for the Classic Football Academy. Once again, the Reliance Foundation young champs. Well, they are moving along nicely. Now they move it down this left hand side. And once again, the defender does really well. They will be happy to clear the danger. And this time it's a misplaced pass. Well, that has been pretty unlikely at this stage of the game with the way they have been playing out the Reliance Foundation young champs. Nonetheless, they stay in the lead here as they are about to hit the 20th minute mark in this first half. The Classic Football Academy at the moment not quite in control. Again, moving forwards. And down this left hand side, can they get a cross in? Well, once again, it's been headed out. This time cleared forwards. Well, the Reliance Foundation young champs have been doing really well so far in this one. And they will be wanting to continue in similar kind of fashion throughout this game because they are not even giving a sniff to the Classic Football Academy. At the moment, it does not seem as if they are chasing this game. At the moment, it's about survival for them because they don't want to give away the second goal inside this first half itself. and maybe just they would be wanting to keep the score line like this and try and come back in a different fashion in the second half, because they're more than capable. We have seen that already. But at the moment, the Reliance Foundation young champs look the likelier of the two. Well, once again, a battle in the midfield. Well, this is an excellent run. Can he get the cross in? Well, he has, but he's crossed it outside the box in the end. And now the referee blows his whistle. Well, that was the shot. Well, that was a long way out. And how close was that? Just have a look at that. The goalkeeper was in danger, and that could have been disastrous. And that could have been two for the Reliance Foundation young champs, which could have really put the game beyond the Classic Football Academy. Once again, moving forwards. Now down this right hand side. This time nicely done. And now is Abdur Rahman on the ball. Lays it on this right hand side. Once again into the arms of the goalkeeper. Well, the Reliance Foundation young champs will be the happier of the two, of course, getting the opening goal thanks to their captain. And now they're doing well to keep possession as well. As the Classic Football Academy, well, they're not quite able to get those passes together, especially inside the half itself of the Reliance Foundation young champs. Meanwhile, this is the furthest that we are seeing them for quite a while now. But once again, it's been dispossessed. A nice little challenge. Now they come down this right hand side. Once again, cleared out by the defender. And now playing it down this left hand side. Once again, a shot in, and well, not quite able to control that one, the goal scorer. It was Divyansh Singhal once again. And you would feel that had he got that one in his control, he would have been open there for the shot. Nonetheless, 25 minutes into this first half now, and goal to the good, the Reliance Foundation young champs. And now down this right hand side. And this time it's a decent tackle. And now a free kick in a position of some promise for the Classic Football Academy. But this is the first that we are seeing them in this game, the Classic Football Academy, apart from that first minute when the first attack came in. Well, it is going to be Kang Jam Singh, the hero of that quarterfinal, to wrap his foot around this one. Well, he scored directly from the corner kick in that quarterfinal. This time it's a cross in. Well, almost setting up the striker there. Once again, it's gone out of play. This time come forwards. Once again, getting that ball in. trying to hit that one goalwards. Once again, a long, long way out and not quite on target there. So the goalkeeper, Mohit Sarkar, well, we are seeing him in action for the first time in this game after his heroics from the penalty shootout in that quarterfinal. This time they go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Once again played forwards, and the goalkeeper gathers that one. Well, it stays goal to the good for the Reliance Foundation Young Champs after that excellent strike by Divyansh on the 10th minute, which is separating the two sides at the moment. And it's not only that, but it's the ample amount of possession as well that has been out there for the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. Well, quite a few tackles flying in midfield as they try to counter here the Classic Football Academy as they search for that equalizer. But at the moment, no shots at all taken by the Classic Football Academy. If you will see the heat map of this game, most of it will be inside the half. Of the side in sky blue. The referee has called for that drinks break, that short mandatory drink break. Well, there is your goal scorer, Divyansh. An outrageous strike from 30 yards out will get his side into the lead in the semi-final. Well, the half an hour clock has been hit, and they are continuing to stay in the lead here, the Reliance Foundation young chaps. This time moving down this left hand side. Once again crossing that one. This time dispossessed. Once again just intercepted, and they keep on staying in control here, the Reliance Foundation young champs, and not offering much to the side in sky blue at the moment. And now they come down this left hand side. Well, here's Abdur Rahman. That's a decent effort, and it's hit the crossbar. Would you believe it? How unlucky is he? Almost doubles the lead. And that was an excellent effort. Brilliant, brilliant strike by the little man, Abdur Rahman. What a decent effort that is. Well, they continue to threaten here the Reliance Foundation young champs, and it seems like it is going to continue in this fashion. Totally dominant out here, and the Classic Football Academy at the moment have no answers at all. Once again, trying to play down this left hand side. This time it's a decent ball, and now headed out. Once again, moving forwards. And now they come down this left hand side. Can he get a cross in? Well, he has on the back post, and the defender does really well there. Well, the advantage continues for the Reliance Foundation young champs, and they are not only the likelier of the two, but it seems like they are the only one who are going to get the next goal. But one attack is all they need, the Classic Football Academy. If they can get a few passes together, as they have an opportunity here now inside their own half. This time a long ball, trying to play it down this right hand side. Once again played forwards. And now moving forwards are the sky blue side. Well, once again, it's a misplaced pass. As another 10 minutes left in this first half, it looks very difficult here for the Classic Football Academy. They trail here and not quite able to get those passes together, and everything is happening inside their own half itself, with dominant position by the Reliance Foundation young champs, who keep on coming at them. Every single attack, taking those shots in, getting those crosses in inside the box. Once again played forwards. The defender does well. Well, they will be relieved that it's only one goal still though. And we did see some heroics by the Classic Football Academy in that quarterfinal. They were trailing that game by a goal to nil, and then they came up with a couple of goals on the 67th minute and the 93rd, deep into stoppage time. Once again, paid forwards. Well, he's turned the defender. Well, that could be disastrous. Well, Mohit Sarkar very much aware on it. And now the referee has called the play back. Once again, just moving forwards down this left hand side now. This time Mohit Sarkar plays it forwards. Well, once again, that was a decent cross. And this time the referee, well, an interesting thing, a substitution in this first half. It's for the Classic Football Academy. Seems like there is an injury there. Well, it's Kontu Jam Singh who has come in here. Once again, they come down this left hand side. And now they come and try to move forward. This is a decent ball down this left hand side. Well, maybe an opportunity once again to get the cross in. It's a left foot cross. Well, it's a low one, and somehow the attacker getting in front of the defender. Well, just 5 more minutes plus the stoppage is left as we see a foul inside the half of the Classic Football Academy and a free kick to try and thump the ball forward. And maybe an opportunity to commit some bodies forward for the Classic Football Academy. Well, meanwhile, that's another injury, it seems. And the physio has run out on the pitch. Once again, a decent ball. This time headed out. And now an opportunity for a cross in, but the play has been called back for offside. Well, very unfortunate. Well, finally, an attack by the Classic Football Academy, and it's ended up in an offside. Well, very early into that run. One of the most easiest decisions for the referee. Once again, playing it forwards. And now they come down this left hand side. Well, finally, the confirmation there that Rinmahai Horam went off the field. The substitution was done 6 minutes back. The only one of this first half. Once again, just playing it forwards, and well, it's gone all the way back to the goalkeeper. Mohit Sarkar, the man collecting it. Not long left now in this first half. That strike by Divyansh separating the two sides. The strike in the 10th minute. A couple of decent efforts is what they have had as well, the Reliance Foundation young champs. And they've been the likelier of the two to score that second goal of the game as well. And now trying to play down this right hand side. Well, just a few more seconds left now in this first half. Plus the stoppages. Will be interesting to see how many of those will be there, because we have seen a couple of injuries and also a substitution in this first half. Not expecting too many though. Maybe a couple of minutes is what will be added by the fourth official, Suvankar Das. We will wait and see. As the Classic Football Academy, well, for the last 5 minutes, on a couple of occasions, they have been inside the box of the side in red. And that's a decent tackle. Yeah, there is the confirmation, 2 minutes of stoppages. Once again, playing it forwards. A nice little interception. Well, they continue to take those long range shots, the Reliance Foundation young champs, and you would feel that that is the best opportunity to try and score a goal. And they have had a plenty of shots as well. They have hit the crossbar as well through Abdur Rahman. And we also saw one looping effort which went just over the crossbar. Once again moving forwards. Well, this time he's taking a shot. Well, maybe he saw Mohit Sarkar off his line. Well, maybe a shot a bit out of frustration as well in the end. Once again, you would feel that just 30 more seconds left in this first half, and it seems very difficult for the Classic Football Academy. Once again, just wanting to force the play, and Mohit Sarkar is going to gather that one. As the referee is going to blow his whistle now for half time. As we see Mohit Sarkar just thump this forward, and there it is. That is the halftime whistle. The Reliance Foundation Young Champs happier and likelier of the two to get more goals in this one. The Classic Football Academy at the moment not able to respond to anything. And that strike by Divyansh, the captain himself, in the 10th minute has separated the two sides so far. And you're at halftime at Scamper Park in the semi-final number one of the sub-junior category in the AIFF. It's Classic Football Academy nil, Reliance Foundation Young Champs 1. As you can see, the possession there's 62% of it for the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. Well, it felt as if it was a bit more, and they have got the elusive goal in the semi-final. Well, here are the highlights of the first half. And we will be showing the highlights for the next couple of minutes before we start that second half, which will be moments from now as both the sides take a break to try and maybe turn their fortunes at the Classic Football Academy or maybe the Reliance Foundation Young Champs to try and get a few more goals. All right, then we are back here for the second half, which promises to be, well, maybe time for the Classic Football Academy to try and get back into this one. Well, we have already seen them turn things around in that quarterfinal, and they are having to chase it once again. Well, quite a few substitutions at the start of the second half. As we can see, the players just taking the field once again. So the Reliance Foundation Young Champs, well, not far away it seems from the berth in the final of this AIFF Sub Junior category, and it seems very difficult for the Classic Football Academy at the moment because they did not have much to offer in that first half. But this is exactly the kind of the game that they played in that quarterfinal as well. But this time it's up against the Reliance Foundation Young Champs, so it's not going to be easy as they try to search for the second goal of this game, the equalizer, which will get them back into this one. Well, just one more minute before we start once again, before the referee puts his whistle to his mouth. And here goes the whistle, and we get underway in the second half as both the sides try to push forward once again to try and get the elusive second goal of this match. The next goal, the most crucial one in this game, it will either be the goal that gets them back into this one, the Classic Football Academy, or the Reliance Foundation Young Champs who double the lead. They'll change of sides as well. So the Reliance Foundation Young Champs will now attack from left to right of your screens, and the Classic Football Academy from right to left. As you can see, they are on the attack now with this throw in. Once again, headed out by the defender. Well, quite a few changes. As you can see at the bottom of your screen, the left bottom of your screen, confirmation of those changes at half time. Once again, Om Mangesh, well, he did really well in that game, didn't he? Where they got that equalizer. He's coming here back once again. Well, they're trying to get a few passes together and almost in behind there. That could have been a perfect start to the second half had he collected that one. Once again, just moving forwards. The Reliance Foundation Young Champs will try their best to continue and do what they did in the first half. In a very good position is what they were, because the Classic Football Academy couldn't quite even get into their half. But the second half you would expect a lot different, wouldn't you? Once again, a pass played forwards, this time down this right hand side. Well, Arthur the man, and that's an excellent tackle, brilliantly done by the defender. Well, he might have taken a sting, but Lucky was really on to that challenge, and he's done really well. As the referee calls the play back. So now a throw in for the Reliance Foundation young champs as the attacker is taking some treatment out there. I think it was Arthur, the man, taking the sting out of that one. Once again, we see them attack down this left-hand side now, the Reliance Foundation young champs. It's a decent ball in and almost getting in behind there with three defenders charging on the attacker. Never easy for the attacker. Nonetheless, the Classic Football Academy survive on that moment and it stays just the one goal difference. But once again, the strong lad, Ningombam Singh, this time not strong enough. The attacker did well, but couldn't quite get that pass together with his teammate. Well, at the moment, not coming too many bodies forward are the Classic Football Academy, and they need to as well. Here's Arthur on the ball. Good to see him back on his feet once again. Here's Abdur Rahman now. Once again, a misplaced pass as they try to move forward. Well, they need some inspiration at the moment, the Classic Football Academy. As we are 5 minutes into the second half now. Once again, not the best of throws, and well, it's been headed out by the attacker himself. Hemant Dan on that occasion couldn't quite control it. And now a throw in for the Reliance Foundation young champs as they breathe easier and easier in this game as we get deep into it. Once again across, but nobody inside the box for the sky blue side. Once again trying to move forwards. This time played down this right hand side. Well, this could be an opportunity. This is a decent cross. He's got it in control. Him and Dan equalizes. One attack and one goal for the Classic Football Academy. Once again showing character out there. What a nice little take that is by him and Dan. And he's taken that one ever so well to get the equalizer in the semi-final against the run of play. And once again we are back to where we started. One apiece in the semi-final. Where has that one come from? Brilliant by Hemant Dan. What a nice little take that was. And beautifully finished. Slots that one past Mohit Sarkar, who had no chance out there. But that first touch really made the goal for him. Well, how often do we see Ningum Bam Singh struggling up against the attacker? And that is exactly what has happened there. Right then, one apiece is where we are once again in this game. Well, literally, that was the only attack. That's the only shot that they have had in this game here, the Classic Football Academy, and it's found the back of the net. The Classic Football Academy are now growing in confidence as they've got that equalizer. Well, it's a similar kind of a game for them, isn't it? Like that quarterfinal where they were trailing by a goal to nil and then they came back, winning that one by 2-1, scored deep into stoppage time directly from the corner kick. And now that finish by him and Dan, well, it's given them a lot of belief in this semi-final. This is an excellent ball. Once again, a chance of a cross, but this time not quite able to find the teammate, and Mohit Sarkar gathers it. Once again playing it forwards. Well, all of a sudden they are on the back foot and the Reliance Foundation young champs. And all of a sudden seeming to be struggling out here. This time an excellent challenge. But a corner kick for the Reliance Foundation young champs and an opportunity maybe to commit some bodies forward. Maybe an opportunity for Ningumbam Singh also to get inside the box. Well, yes, there he comes, the towering centre back. Well, it is going to be Omar Sheikh to take this corner. Can he deliver a good one? Well, it's a decent one. Ningombam Singh was there. And the defender clears that one out in the end. And they get another corner kick. Well, no one backing him on the back post there, Ningombam Singh. Well, the goalkeeper would have gathered that one. There was no need for the defender to get across. But safety first, as they say. And now Omar Sheikh comes across the field to take the corner kick from the right hand side of the field. So it is going to be an outswinger now. Well, not the best of the corners. And the clearance also not quite the best. And it's gone out for another corner kick, would you believe it? Well, it was right outside the box and he somehow managed to clear it out for a corner, the defender. Nonetheless, 3 consecutive corners now for Umar Sheikh. Can he get this one right? Well, the first one was a decent one, the second one not quite so. And this third one is even better. But an effort, well, wanting to score a bicycle kick out there maybe. Nonetheless, that effort, well, you would feel was just a regulatory one. Once again, the Reliance Foundation young champs is trying to get a few passes together inside their half. As we see the Classic Football Academy trying to emerge with the ball. Well, that's excellent. This time down this right hand side is Arthur. He's been dispossessed. Once again playing it forwards. And Ningumbam Singh, once again very cool, calm, collective, but Mohit Sarkar not quite so. He's played it out of play. And the referee blows his whistle now. So a free kick for the Reliance Foundation young chaps. This time a back pass all the way back to the goalkeeper. The Reliance Foundation young champs trying to keep possession out here as they try to search for the next goal of this game. Well, there is going to be substitution now for the Reliance Foundation young champs as they try to put in a few fresh legs in there. Well, it seems like the referee was not happy with the throw-in. So now the throw-in has been rewarded to the Reliance Foundation young champs. Well, Samir is the man who has gone off and Malhar Sawant has come in. again dispossessed. As we are about to hit the hour mark now. Well, once again the play has been called back. He was trying to dribble past the defenders. Well, it's a long way out, but he's going to go for goal. And it's gone blazing over the crossbar in the end. Not quite able to get it down in time. Well, a decent attempt in the end, you would feel. As we are still a stalemate out here. As we hit the hour mark. The Classic Football Academy. Well, it seems like it's a classic for them. They are growing in confidence. Once again trying to get in behind, but Hemandan not quite able to get in front of the defender. Once again playing it down this left hand side. Well, once again a decent cross and a header is into the side netting. Well, maybe the option should have been to try and find a teammate. Or maybe not quite in control as well, as you can see. Hits the side netting in the end. Well, once again it was Hemandan who has scored that equalizer here. Ningrum Bam Singh is now on the ball. This time a through pass, and Hemandan couldn't quite get in behind. And this time the referee blows his whistle, well, wanting to turn the defender there. Well, it continues to stay a goal apiece, and the Classic Football Academy, well, it's been a decent effort in the last 15 minutes by them. At the start of the second half, a few wise words being spoken at halftime by the manager, and he will be the happier of the two. The head coach of the Classic Football Academy, once again, meanwhile, not quite able to get that pass together in that final third. Well, both the sides are very solid defensively, aren't they? And they won't allow easily the opposition to try and get that goal, which gets them into the lead. Well, it was always going to be a low-scoring contest, but it's good to see that we have seen a couple of goals, a couple of very good goals, especially the one by Hemandan, who took it ever so well, and that long-range effort by Divyansh in that first half. And meanwhile, it's an overhead pass down this right-hand side. Defender intercepts. Well, they have had quite a few misplaced passes in the second half. It's a cross in, and the defender intercepts. And now it's a corner kick for the Classic Football Academy. And it is going to be Jamin Gam to take this corner. Jamin Gam Mahung to wrap his foot around this. Can he get a decent ball in? Well, he's played that one over the goalkeeper and over the crossbar, out of play. And that's not the best of the efforts with the corner kick. When you commit so many bodies forward and something like this happens, well, once again dispossessed. Opportunity for the Classic Football Academy to move forwards. Can he get a cross in? And well, the defender gets across, does well. And all of a sudden, you would start to feel that the Classic Football Academy are looking the likelier of the two. And here is Kang Jam Singh, who scored directly from the corner kick in the previous game. Has once again an opportunity to wrap his left foot around this one. Once again committing bodies forward, hoping for a better corner. Well, it's a decent one. It's on the back post, it's headed, and the defender on the line keeps that one out. Back it goes to Kang Jam. Another cross in, but this time the defender blocks. And now it is a corner kick. Back-to-back corners. This is the third consecutive one now in the last couple of minutes for the Classic Football Academy. They are on the ascendancy. The goalkeeper Mohit Sarkar, well, he lost it for a moment, and luckily for him, it didn't quite go down into the light blue shirt. Well, they're having their moments now, the Classic Football Academy, and all of a sudden are looking like the likelier of the two to get the third goal of this game. Well, it's been a completely different second half to what we saw in the first, and that is exactly why they wanted to keep it down to just one, the Classic Football Academy too. Keeping themselves in this game very much and keeping themselves alive. Once again on the ball, here's Abdur Rahman. He gets it back from the defender. Well, he's hit the crossbar in the first half, once again wanting to make some space to shoot. Here's Ningombam Singh, who likes to drive forward. Well, this is good. This is really good by the Reliance Foundation young champs, keeping the ball. Once again, just trying to get those passes together, trying to move forwards. And at the moment, these side passes, lateral passes, it does not bother the Classic Football Academy much. They are happy to let them have these passes together as they try to open and try and make some spaces. Well, Ningumam not quite able to control it. And in the end, he loses out, gives away a throw into the Classic Football Academy as we have hit the 3 quarters now in this game. Just a quarter left plus the stoppages. And still nothing separating the two sides. If this one ends in a draw, we will head into a penalty shootout. There is no extra time, of course, remember. And the Reliance Foundation young champs have already won one game on penalties, the quarterfinal. So they will have a bit more of know-how and the experience of that quarterfinal. But anything can happen from here on. This one can swing either way, as we have already seen that in the tournament. Once again, a tackle in midfield. He's won the ball back, and Hemandan collects the pieces. Once again, played down this right hand side. Can he get a ball in? Well, there is an opportunity with a shot, and it's in! Would you believe it? They've turned it around once again, the Classic Football Academy. And it's that man again, Hemandan. My word. Brilliant. Unbelievable scenes out here. The Reliance Foundation young champs, they're throwing this one away. What a second half he has had, Hemandan. Once again, an excellent strike. The goalkeeper got a hand to it, but still it had so much of power that it went flying through the net. Such was the power on that shot. And hits the back of the net once again, the Hemandan, and he finds himself on a hat-trick. But you just feel that he's maybe done enough in this game. What a comeback it has been. Sensational once again by the Classic Football Academy. Once again showing a lot of character. And a big smile on the face of the number 9. The big man up front for the Classic Football Academy. Well. Where is this game heading now? How on earth have they turned this one around here? Once again, a flick on header. It's gone out of play in the end. Well, that's another corner kick now for the Classic Football Academy as they try to get themselves a cushion. Well, once again, not the best of the corners from this side. And out of play is where it has gone. Just 20 more minutes left now, plus the stoppages. Well, they have a knack of scoring in times in the game where the opposition finds it difficult to get back into it. And that is exactly what has happened here too. Once again, just playing that one forwards, and the Reliance Foundation young champs were there nowhere to be seen all of a sudden in this game. Two sides who have been really good in this tournament, and you would feel it's very difficult to pick one of the two. Once again, playing that one forwards. Well, how can they find that equalizer? Well, the weather is getting slightly better to play football, and maybe it could be an opportunity for the Reliance Foundation young champs. Well, the second half they have been totally opposite of what they were in the first, and they couldn't quite find themselves that second goal. It's proved to be costly. It's been an excellent comeback by the Classic Football Academy. Once again on the run, and this is brilliant. Well, trying to find him, and then he somehow found him. It was intercepted, but he does well, and he's won a throw-in the end. But he's been a live wire in the second half, hasn't he? It's been absolutely sensational by him. Meanwhile, the referee has called for the water break in the second half. That was the first goal, the equalizer by Hemandan. Superbly taken, expertly taken by the striker, who has been at the heart in the second half for the Classic Football Academy, getting that equalizer. And then after that, he also got the second goal for himself, where they got themselves back into the lead. This was the strike, showing a lot of power on that one, and Mohit Sarkar couldn't quite keep it out. Beaten for power, gets a hand to it, but still strong enough to let that one find the back of the net. The water break has been done. A quarter of an hour left now from here on for the Reliance Foundation Young Champs to find the equalizer. Well, Reliance Foundation Young Champs are also a side who scored pretty late in that quarterfinal. They were trailing that game for the most part in the first half by a goal to nil in the second half rather, and then they came back deep on the 87th minute. Meanwhile, Abdur Rahman plays it down the right hand side and not quite able to find the striker. Once again cleared out by the defender. Now trying to play it forwards. Once again winning possession. Once again trying the through pass and not quite able to find a teammate. Well, the second half has been totally opposite of what it was in the first for the side in red. And at the moment, just not quite able to find any kind of passes together. Well, it has been a brilliant game of football, this. Two very tactical teams, and still we have seen three goals. Meanwhile, a long way out. Well, it's an effort on goal, but it is off target. Well, the Reliance Foundation Young Champs, where do they find that inspiration from now? Because they're not quite able to get those passes together, and they have been struggling in the second half. Once again, just thumped forwards. And now play down this right hand side. Once again, intercepted. This time it's a cross in, and the flick on header was by the defender. And now they get a corner kick, do they? And it seems like he did not quite get a touch. It felt as if he did, because it took a deflection for sure. Not sure exactly what off. Nonetheless, that's a goal kick to the Classic Football Academy, and they are breathing easier and easier as the game progresses. Once again, it's gone out of play. And now trying to play it forwards. This time he somehow emerges with possession, but once again the defender clears it as they try to move forwards. Will keep the ball, says the head coach genius. And they are doing that, the Classic Football Academy, as it is time for survival now for them. Can they survive for the next 11 minutes plus the stoppages that are remaining out here? It will be a place in the final of the AIFF sub junior category. That is what is at stake out here for these two. Once again, just playing it forwards. The goalkeeper gathers it. Once again, just playing it forwards. Well, not long left now in this game for the Reliance Foundation Young Champs, and they need to hurry a bit. These sideways passes will not hurt the Classic Football Academy. Once again, it has been intercepted, and now playing it forward down this right hand side. The defender will get across. Mohit Sarkar on the ball now. Abdur Rahman comes all the way back to collect it. Plays it down this left hand side. Well, now there is going to be a substitution. And as you can see, the confirmation, Ainesh Raj comes in for Rochlunga. And at the moment, well, it's surprising enough for all of us out here that they're not really pushing here the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. Well, are they that confident that it is going to work out for them? This time a cross in, cleared out by the defender. Once again moving forwards down this right hand side, the Classic Football Academy, as they try to search for a cushion for themselves. Now a throw in with 7.5 minutes left plus the stoppages. This time a corner kick for the Classic Football Academy. With just the 7 minutes plus the stoppages left from here on. Well, this is a decent one, and no blue shirts heading again head on the onto that one. As he cleared out by the defender. Time played forwards. Once again, the Classic Football Academy, well, they are somehow managing to keep on playing inside the opposition half, which they were struggling in that first half. Well, it's been a game of two halves, hasn't it? It continues to stay completely different from what we saw yesterday in the first half, rather. And the Classic Football Academy are showing what they showed us on Friday morning, that they don't really bother too much when they are trailing, because they are more than capable, they are more than happy to stay trailing in the game for the most part, because they are more than confident that they will get that equalizer and also maybe the winner. And that is exactly what they have done once again. And such is the ability of the word confidence, especially in a game like this one, the sport like this one, football, showing a lot of character once again. And it just seems so unlikely at the moment for the Reliance Foundation young champs to get that equalizer. Meanwhile, Abdur Rahman emerges with the ball. Here's Ningombam Singh. Once again, Abdur Rahman on the ball. Lays it down this left hand side. Well, he's been almost everywhere today. Once again, a decent cross, and the header is off target in the end. Once again, the defender will intercept that. And the Classic Football Academy, well, they are doing an exceptional job out here. They are keeping the ball, they are keeping it deep inside the RFYC half as well. And they're keeping it much, much away from their own goal. Nowhere near to the threat of what it could have been. Well, meanwhile, he's past the defender. This could be an opportunity to get the cushion. It's a decent cross. And once again, a long way out. And it's in somehow. They managed to get that goal. It's the cushion that they were searching for. And that should be the game done and dusted. What a sweet little finish that is. Soyar with that finish. How on earth has he managed to find himself deep inside this box of the Reliance Foundation Young Champs? And the Classic Football Academy lead this one now by 3-1 with not long left. It's been a brilliant display by them in the second half. Absolutely brilliant by the Classic Football Academy. Well, it was a scuffed effort in the end. And Kang Jam Singh, well, he set up his right back, and Soyar with a big smile on his face. Well, the Reliance Foundation Young Champs have showed absolutely nothing in the second half. And you would feel that they've thrown this one. They were definitely the better of the two in the first half. And the Classic Football Academy in the second half, things have been so much more easier for them. And they've got the cushion as well. And it seems like they have almost now more than certain to play in that final. Well, they need a couple of goals now with 2 more minutes left, plus the stoppages. The Reliance Foundation Young Champs. Well, it's been a totally disastrous performance, you would feel, in the second half by the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. There's been no fire, there's been no fight. Meanwhile, they're trying to push forward now. Well, it's been a game completely of two halves. Once again, a cross has been blocked by the defender. This time it's been cleared forwards, and they are in again. Here's Hemandan on a hat trick. Hemandan hits the crossbar. What an effort! What an effort that was! almost finding the hat trick. Well, you would feel maybe he's deserved it with the performance that he has put out in the second half. Have a look at that once again. My word, what an effort! Taking full advantage of the goalkeeper being off his line. And Mohit Sarkar, well, he was mightily relieved in the end. What a brilliant strike that was by Heymandan, knowing exactly where the goalkeeper is. And even they have hit the crossbar now once in this game. Well, it's been absolutely brilliant in the second half, especially by Heymandan for the Classic Football Academy. And it just could have got even better. It could have been 4-1. Nonetheless, still a couple of goals seems to be very difficult with the way they have been playing out in the second half, the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. It's been totally opposite of what they did in the first. Well, once again, an effort which won't be even on target on his weaker foot. And now there is a substitution coming in for the Classic Football Academy, and it's that boy, Heyman Dan. He's been absolutely brilliant. He's been subbed off to have a couple of minutes rest. Well, that effort by him, he's definitely deserved a hat trick. Very unfortunate to not get the hat trick. Well, 4 minutes of stoppages is what it is. Very close to taking the match ball home, Heyman Dan. Once again, down this left hand side. Well, this could be an opportunity, and it's gone just over the crossbar. Well, had they got a goal there, it would have made things interesting for the last 2, 3 or few minutes. It would have opened the game up once again. With an effort, he couldn't quite keep it on target there. Well, the Classic Football Academy, it seems like they are the ones who will be playing in that final now. And they will be up against either the Minerva Academy Football Club or the Bengaluru Football Club. Well, we all know what their preference would be to play against, but they don't fear anyone, especially with the way that they have showed out in the second half. Well, in the first half as well, when they were trailing, it didn't ever feel as if they are having it to chase it this game. They didn't quite push on. They just knew that they will be the ones scoring the next goal. And they did that in the second half. Well, once again, a long way out, keeper off his line. And Mohit Sarkar will collect that one. It's not quite past the goalkeeper, not able to chip him. Once again, cleared out by the goalkeeper. So just a couple of minutes left now in the stoppages as well. As the Classic Football Academy, well, it's been a brilliant comeback in the second half. That never say die attitude has been shown throughout this tournament by them. They came back from a goal down in that quarterfinal. They came back in the semi-final as well. Another substitution, maybe just for a bit of time wasting, and maybe a few minutes in for the substitutes as well, giving them an opportunity to maybe try and get a few touches on the ball in the game. Well, once again, Mohit Sarkar, almost a howler. Luckily for him, it's gone towards Abdur Rahman, because that could have gone straight into the hands of the opposition. In the legs, rather, you would say, since it's football. That could have been number 4 as well. Nonetheless, Mohit Sarkar, well, he survives. Well, he's been a bit nervy in the last few minutes. This time it's a decent cross. Once again, not quite able to control it. There's been a professional job out here by the Classic Football Academy. Once again, playing it down this left hand side, and it's a cross in. Not quite able to get a touch on the back post. Ningombam Singh, where he has been playing as a makeshift striker for the last 10 minutes or so. But even that has not quite worked out for them. Well, the 94 are now up. Just waiting for the moment where the full time whistle will be blown. And there it is. The Classic Football Academy. Well, it has been a classic performance by them. Absolutely brilliant in the second half. Well, in the first half, you would say the Classic Football Academy were nowhere to be seen. It did not feel as if they will even have an effort on goal. And on the other hand, in the second half, it was totally the opposite. The Reliance Foundation young champs were the ones who were not able to find anything. And Divyansh opened the scoring in the 10th minute for the Reliance Foundation young champs. They led in that first half, but in the second half, what a performance. Heyman Dan, a couple of goals for him. The first one technically taken, the second one an absolute beautiful strike as well to get it past the goalkeeper before that man on your screen scored that cushion, the third goal which was required to seal the deal in the semi-final. And the Classic Football Academy progress through to the final of the AIFF Sub-Junior category. It's finished here at Scamper Park at full time. It's Classic Football Academy 3, Reliance Foundation Young Champs 1. And here is the match summary. As you can see, it was 62 to 38 in the first half for the Reliance Foundation Young Champs, but in the end, it's ended 53 to 47. That is how dominant they were in the second half, scoring 3 goals in the second half to secure their place in that final, which will be played on Wednesday up against the Minerva Academy or the Bengaluru Football Club. The second semi-final will be played later on today, late afternoon, early evening, 4 p.m. is the kickoff time. Well, here are the few highlights of this second half. It was Hemandan who got us underway, and he was at the heart of it in the second half. Well, that was the goal which he scored, that equalizer. What a good touch that was. It was a sensational touch to get past the defender, and it just couldn't get any better for him. He set up himself very well and slots it past Mohit Sarkar, coolly, calmly, collectively, getting that equalizer. Well, a lot of chances were created in the second half by the Classic Football Academy. Well, that was the first one throughout in this game, and they got a goal on that one, and it just gave them such boost and such confidence that they kept on pushing and pushing. Well, this was the effort by Ningumbam Singh, a decent corner, and headed out by the defender in the end. Well, they had quite a few chances as well, the Reliance Foundation young champs, but it was only up until maybe the 55th or the 60th minute mark where this was a free kick which went blazing over the crossbar. Not sure exactly why is that being shown in the highlights package, but nonetheless. And this was the cross once again into the side net by Hemandan, and this was his second goal and sensational strike. Mohit Sarkar getting a hand to it, but such was the power on that strike that it went right through him and into the back of the net at the left corner of the goal. And Hemandan, well, he turned this game around and got his side into the lead in this semi final. Well, this was the seal dealer for the Classic Football Academy. He clinched that one to secure the lead to make it 3-1, doubled the advantage, and it was a cushion. At the 87th minute, it just felt as if it was always going to be impossible for the Reliance Foundation young champs to try and get a couple of goals. Well, not sure exactly what he was doing deep inside the opposition half, deep inside the opposition box. And this was an absolute cracking effort by Hemandan. Saw Mohit Sarkar off his line, went for goal, and he hit the crossbar. How unfortunate was he? Because he could have got his hat trick there. Well, this was the effort right at the end. Didn't quite keep it on target. Once again, we see something that shouldn't have been in the highlights package, but that's all right. Nonetheless, that's the end of the game, and it's finished here at Full-Time Classic Football Academy 3-1. This has been your commentator Piyush Nathani for this semi-final number one. We will be back for semi-final number two in the evening today. Thank you so much, and goodbye until then.